Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Listeners, this is your RJ Imad Kasir from Planet FM 87.6, and today we have a very special guest in our studios, and the topic is also very significant, and we know that every breath we take, every drop of water that is consumed, the topic is related to that. Yes, we will be discussing environment and environmental laws. And to discuss such an important issue, we are honored to have Barrister Shahid Rasool Chaudhry Sahab with us in our studios. He is an expert in environmental laws and he has very interesting stories to share with us. He is basically an international barrister and director legal at the Compassion Welfare Trust here in Islamabad. Welcome to the show, Barrister Shahid Rasool Sahab.
Thank you, sir, for inviting me.
So, sir, we'll start with your personal journey. How did you come into this field of law, and tell our listeners about, especially about that Lincoln's Inn, where you were a student once, and especially that the story of wig that you had earned.
Well, my journey started going abroad in 1973. My mother became a widow in 1968. She was very much concerned if I was going to be able to complete my education and if I was going to become something. So, but my passion was hockey.
That's interesting.
Yes, I would, as far my memory goes back, I would say I was in the second grade. That would be about 7 years of age. I would keep the hockey ball under the pillow, and I would keep the hockey stick in the bed, and my mother would ask me, "What is this?" And I said, "This is hockey stick." And she said, "Well, why is it here?" So I would tell her that it has to stay warm.
That's also interesting. That's
so much love that you have. Unless you have a passion, you cannot achieve anything.
Absolutely.
Then in because I was we were 7 siblings. And I was the youngest of them all.
Okay.
Being the youngest, my mother was quite concerned about father not being there, and what will happen to me, and whether I was going to become something. But nature has its own way, as we Muslims believe that everything is predetermined and everything happens. There's a destiny for every one of them. So that's how my story goes. So in 1973, May, I went to United States to become an engineer. I studied textile engineering. I became textile engineer, and then later on I ran large corporations. I studied in United States. I'm a Pakistani American, a proud Pakistani, and for 50 some years, I've been in United States, but my heart is in Pakistan, and I want to do something about in Pakistan. So my journey continued with the passion of hockey. I became a national player for United States, and I was on the U.S. Olympic team, and we were on world tour, and one of our stop was Pakistan.
That must have been a proud moment for.
Very proud moment, and matter of fact, we played 2 matches in Karachi, 1 match in Rawalpindi at the Army the Army Stadium, which is right next to the GHQ and Rawalpindi Cricket Club. They asked my mother to be seated next to the chief guest, and what an honor for her. All the embassy staff
must have been
also attended. Then after the Olympics were over with, I had a knee injury, so I couldn't participate, but the uniform were issued and everything, the name was on the roster. Then I became a general secretary of United States Hockey Federation. My interaction was with Brigadier M.H. Atif, Manzoor Hussain Atif, Brigadier Hamidi, and time to time I would meet with Air Marshal Noor Khan, and a very interesting personality,
yes.
A great man. would speak nothing but English, and would have nice conversations about hockey and about United States also. Then I ran large corporations, as I mentioned. Then I started my own company in 1988.
Okay.
I was, 33 years old, very ambitious young man.
So very diverse journey.
Yes.
It is hockey and then running engineering and then running a corporation.
Yes.
So where did law enter?
Well, wait a minute, don't rush. I will take you there. Then I studied business because I was an engineering major. When I developed the passion for business, I joined California State University, East Bay. You've heard a bodybuilder who became a governor of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold, yes.
As a matter of fact,
Everyone
have
knows
degrees
him.
signed by him because
That-
he was the governor of California, and so he had to sign those degrees. I did my first MBA in operations materials management
Okay.
because a lot of money involved. Then second one I did corporate finance. Then the third one I did international business management, and the last one I was exhausted. I did supply chain management. That was the most recent one. So one day, my wife, she's German, she's a tennis player. Khaja Zakauddin, a very renowned hockey player of Pakistan and celebrated coach of Pakistan.
Exactly.
He was the coach in '82 World Cup in Bombay. Also many Champions trophies, and also he was in 1972 Munich Olympics. He was a coach there too. And then he was visiting us, and he said, "What do you plan to do next?" And I said, "I don't know." He said, "Why didn't you become a barrister?" So I started to think, what am I going to do with my time now?
Okay.
So I started to write letters to the British universities because the bar at law is done in England, particularly in London. So I had to have a law degree. So I went to Nottingham. I remember as a child watching television in '60s about Robin Hood and the forest of Nottingham. So anyway, that was excitement for me. So I did law degree from there, and then I joined Inns of Court School of Law. Now I was told by somebody to go to Nottingham because they were rated number 3 at a time.
All right.
And funny thing is that you will enjoy and your listeners would enjoy more. I applied I was in my 40s.
Okay.
So the universities would ask me, what is that you would like to know about us? And I would say, tell me, what is your ratings?
Okay.
And they would smile, don't you think we should be interviewing you? And I would say, look, I'm going to spend at least $50,000 US at your university. I want to see where your standing is and what are you going to give me in return for my money? Because I'm going to bring you wealth of experience.
That's a pertinent
And
question to
maturity.
be asked by.
Yes, it was the other way around. Anyway, I joined Inns of Court School of Law,
All right.
where Nehru, Gandhi, Jinnah, Tony Blair, Margaret Thatcher, Hafiz Pirzada, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, Sultan Azlan Shah, 14 prime ministers of United Kingdom went through that.
Such a historic.
Very historic. And it was a great experience for me.
It must have been.
Coming from United States, I speak mostly with the American accent. And I would tell the professors that I hope it doesn't bother you. Even the laws, even the lords in the Royal Courts of Justice, I would ask them, my lord, I hope my American accent doesn't bother you. And they would say, this is in the mixer-uppers when we would meet at Lincoln's Inn. And they would say, everything is fine, Mr. Chaudhry, just don't spell like Americans, because they spell labor, L-A-B-O-R, where the British spell L-A-B-O-U-R, and different way of spelling. And they don't appreciate that way.
All right.
So anyway, I had to make some adjustments on that. Then I also joined Lincoln's Inn.
All right.
Another funny story, once I met in 2004 our respectable and honorable Prime Minister Shah Sharif Saab
All right.
in London. And he asked me, Chaudhry Saab, are you at this age studying? And I told him, Mia Saab, you can become a barrister. No, there's no stopping to it. So we had a very nice exchange. We would see each other from time to time. Education is such a subject that you can there's never enough.
That is true. Of
that. Then Lincoln's Inn, it was because of Muhammad Ali Jinnah, our great leader, who led us, and we got Pakistan from the British. And so I enjoyed there. Then the story about the wage that you ask is given to, it's called pupillage.
All right.
Once you become a barrister, then you have 5 years to apply for the pupillage. You know, sir, I was very lucky, very fortunate that I was offered 2 pupillages.
That's right.
And I had to choose out of the 2, and I chose one, and I told them respectfully that I cannot join your chambers, and that was 3 Pump Court in London.
Okay.
And that is given only to 20 the people who were every 100, meaning 20%.
20% of the
of the graduates.
Fine. So that is also an honor that you
great
were among
honor
the
for
top.
Pakistan. Great
Exactly.
honor for me. Students who were competing with me were British, Australians, New Zealanders, Bangladeshis, Pakistanis, Indians, you name it, from all over the world, even from United States also.
So you earned this honor for Pakistan.
I earned it. And the funny story I always share with my American friends is, they would ask me why you don't want to become an attorney at law, and why you want to become a barrister. So I used to tell them, because you see, I'm a bald man, I've lost my hair, and I have to justify a wig.
So that really is
on
a
the
funny
side.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So that is really a great, sir, and such a wonderful story, and
That
such
was my
a
personal
diverse background. You were a hockey player, a passionate hockey player that you represented, and you participated in Olympic also, and then running your own business, and then 4 MBAs, and then becoming a barrister. So, sir, tell us something about this environment stuff here in Pakistan. What are the laws here? Are we doing something which is up to the mark when we see the global laws? There's laws are there.
You know, anything that has been good to you, you must pay back.
That's absolutely
I'm a
fine.
firm believer in that. Pakistan is my home. Regardless, you can take me to Germany. I'm an international barrister. I practice in London, United States. I practice in anywhere in Europe. I am qualified to go, even Australia, New Zealand. All I have to do is submit a little letter to them, application, and they will allow me, because I'm a practicing barrister in London. Wherever I would go, I would see their environment is very clean. Now, I've been citizen of United States as well as Pakistan, but in California, that I've noticed the air is very clean. California we call America's America. The way we talk about that, United States is very advanced.
All right.
We want to go to America. Everybody is a dream country. But California is America's America, because they're far advanced in shuttle programs, in computers, you name it, automobile industries. Even the Mercedes has a center where they do research center in Los Angeles.
Okay.
California does not allow anybody to pollute their air. They are the strictest, very strictest standards that they have, and they will not compromise. The refineries are really clamped down, And they tell them, doesn't matter what it costs, you better put on filters, and we will not allow you. So the fuel we call gasoline in United States, just like in British we call petrol, or Germany we call benzene. The cost of petrol in California is much higher than in rest of the United States because of the environment, and they will not compromise there. They even asked Lockheed Aircraft Company to control your pollution that you're generating. You can move to any other country. We don't mind losing jobs, but we will not compromise on air pollution. They are very, very strict. So now I started to think what California is doing, what are we doing? Because again, I said I want to pay back something to my home country. So I joined the Compassion Welfare Foundation here, which got started in 1998, and with a few friends getting together and see what we can do about the pollution. They started in Lahore, and now they are registered with Securities and Exchange Commission since I have joined them properly, and they have properly been as a proper corporation. They have been
registered with SECP, right?
Security Exchange Commission. And their motto is, we want to help Pakistanis, and let's see what we can do. Now, there we have engineers, we have PhD doctors from different, our patron-in-chief, Dr. Zafar Chima, he was Dean of Quaid-e-Azam University. He was a chair at Oxford University. He returned. We joined one of your news director, Dr. Altaf Hussain Shah Sahab. He joined. So we all decided to pitch in, and we have decided to let's donate plants. So we donate about 20,000 plants every year, and lots of plantations we have done at the universities. We go to different universities and we have started an awareness campaign.
All right.
And so we started with that. So that's what we're doing, but I will share with you later as we go. What are the hazards? People are not aware. What are they breathing? What are they drinking? It's just...
So they are not even aware of the hazards, right?
Not at all. And I have exchange of views with a child specialist. The formation of the humans start from there because of polluted water.
So that really is something alarming. Sir, could you please tell us how do you see the link between law, policy and public awareness? As you mentioned that people are not even aware. So what is required to be done?
Well, perhaps we can discuss the problems first,
right,
and then we can come to the solution part of those. The problem is we know that there's an issue. We recognize that legislative assembly, our parliament, and our Senate passes the bill. Law comes into force. Now it is the management. The government, sitting government, has to make sure that they follow and they implement the law. What they do, they have set up agencies. Many agencies, dozens of them I can name to you. And everybody is aware of those. Environmental protection agencies and all those. But when we go to the law, we go to the courts, we file writ petitions, we ask the government agencies provide us information, and when they don't provide us information, so we file a judicial review in the British terms. when the agency is not giving us
Cooperating,
information.
correct.
And that is our right. Now, here's a green book that your people will not be able to see, but this is the Bible, I call it.
True.
It's the Bible that I always carry in my pocket. And
Constitution.
this is the Constitution of Pakistan, Islamic Republic of Pakistan, 1973. And that's where my rights start.
All right.
This book will tell me what is my right. Article 9, Article 9A from the 26th Amendment has given me right to information, right to life, Article 14, and there are many other rights that the Constitution has provided me, and the citizens of
To any
Pakistan.
citizen, right.
Now, when all these are done, when the department is not providing us the information, the data that we are required, then there is under Article 199, I can go and I can file a writ petition or a judicial review, meaning that agency is not providing, it's not cooperating.
All right.
Can the High Court intervene, please? So under the writ of mandamus, I have a right to ask them for that information because my right again comes from my Constitution.
That has given you that right.
So the judges at that time, what they do is at that point, they summon them. They ask them, please appear in the court. Why are you not providing the information? They come up with all kinds of excuses. We have the manpower, we have everything, but we don't have funds.
Okay.
So the government needs to protect the people, because if your population is healthy, you will have better, if you look at our age, we don't go beyond age 68.
All right.
Our death rate is way higher because we're not living and breathing clean air. Now, I'm going to share with you some of the problems. We love chicken. I mean, chicken is the main thing, the dish that we have to have at least twice a week in Pakistan.
That's true. Most of.
Now, these poultry farms, I have nothing against them. They take the chickens, the chicks, so to speak, up in the colder environment, up in the hills of Murray and Barakau and above. What they do is they have to sanitize, they wash them, those sheds,
Okay.
the barracks or sheds they are, and all that water, filthy, dirty water, is washed on the hillside. Now, it's sitting there. Here comes the rain. All of a sudden, it's all washed down the stream, right in the rubble dam. Can you
Okay.
imagine that you've been drinking that water? Now, the rich can go to Murray Brewery's water or any other sparkling water they can drink. But what about the poor? What's happening to them? So all the polluted water that we are drinking, similar in the Khanpur Dam.
Okay.
Water is not a spring water that is coming. Naturally, it comes from the hillside, it's coming, and all that water is coming. So we're asking the water should be tested. And then not only that, the industrial sectors that we have, they are dumping water in the streams. That water is seeping into the ground and is soaking in there. And then we pump that water through what we call tube pumps. We call, I believe they call them here, boring.
All right. Yes.
And,
Boring.
and that's a typical thing, but we call it tube well.
Tube well.
So it's a smaller in size, 4, 6 inches, 8 inches. They pump the water out of there. It's all polluted water. And that is being fed to the poor and everything. And then other thing is, there's a scarce of water we have. We don't have enough water. We go to mosque and we see they're doing wuzu, ablution, But there are two types of water. One that we use in the toilet can go into different part, and the other can be put back into the filter through the holes, put back in the ground. Ground is a natural filtration plant you have.
Absolutely.
And then you can have this filter plant, you have some reservoirs there, you can pump the water back out there. And this is what the Compassion Welfare Foundation is doing, making awareness, talking to people. We have signed a MOU with Rawalpindi Chamber of Commerce and Industries.
Okay.
They are working in conjunction with us. We are about to sign a letter of intent with Quaid-e-Azam University, with Fatma Jinnah University in Rawalpindi to expand the campaign where make people aware. If they are going to be aware, they will be educated, then they will be able to participate. If you don't do that, it will never work other way around. You cannot force them. Education of the ills of the society, we must bring them to the forefront. And we have to put these children of Pakistani citizens, their interests in the forefront. Now, what are we doing in legislation wise? We are also campaigning with the National Assembly members, and we are using our influence. Please help Pakistan. Persons like myself from United States, the exposure, United Kingdom, even as if your listeners who are well educated, they will know, who have traveled to London, they have a entrance charge of £25. Not everybody can go in there. They want to keep everybody out, and there's a big, huge network of underground railway stations, and we call tubes, because basically they are tubes that way. And you will notice that they travel by, even while I'm in London arguing, I travel to London to argue cases from the hotel room, or if I have an apartment and I'm there, sometimes I lease an apartment or a flat, the British they would call. I take the tube. I don't take the car.
Right.
So we can contribute that way. So it will help if we can clamp down on the pollution here.
Right. So you mentioned that you are having MOUs signed with various universities here, and that is of course an effort to create awareness. So could you please briefly explain that what are the key environment laws that are here in force in Pakistan?
Laws are PEPA.
All right, sir.
And there are many laws.
All right.
Deforestation, as I mentioned to you, that when we were off the air.
And are these being followed in true letter and spirit, or?
Well,
your smile tells us the answer.
Let me say this way: they are trying.
They are trying.
It's not that they're not trying.
They are trying.
They are trying. The courts are doing their best.
The courts are okay.
There are judges.
All right.
They are very pro pollution control judges, and one of the leaders is Jawad Hassan.
All right, sir.
Of Lahore High Court. Mansoor Ali Shah Sahab, Justice Aisha. They are very much into environment, and I can share with you that the first time in 1993 there was Justice Salim Akhtar Sahab.
All right.
He took a petition, and somebody brought to his attention about pollution in Karachi. So what he did, he said, I want you to have a proper fuel, because if substandard fuel is being used, naturally it's going to bring harm to the general public. Then he said, I want you to test the motor vehicles, the discharge of raw fuel, because it's not all totally burnt fuel. And that's what you see, that blue smoke coming out of the rickshaws, motorbikes, and everything. You think they can stop it? No. You're a huge population, but we got to start from somewhere. It's very important. Then there was a case of in 1994, Shell Zia, and that had to do with the grid station. And that case was right here in Islamabad.
All right.
And they were afraid that the public was afraid that in the neighborhood where the grid station was, that it's going to electronic problems that it will create for us. And they're parked there. So that was taken. Then there was a Anjum Irfan versus Lahore, I believe, LDA they call it.
Lahore Development
Authority. And that case was settled by Jawad Hassan Saab.
All right.
That you are polluting Lahore because you have started removing the forests and everything, trees are being cut and everything. So these set the tone of environmental movement in the country of, our country in Pakistan. So that's where it got started. Now we have many agencies. I can give you a very long list. Then there was a case of Sheikh Asim Farooq versus Federation of Pakistan. So that writ petition was decided in year, actually on the 30th of August 2019 by Justice Jawad Hassan Saab. So there are many there. But then they are what I call Punjab Environmental Policy 2015, National Forest Policy 2015. Talking about forests, did you know what is required to have?
I guess it's
as a forest?
It's 20 to 25%.
25%. Anywhere from 20 to 20. You know what? Take a wild guess.
I guess we are in single digit, maybe less than 10.
You are 3 to 4%.
That's very sad to know, sir. And
so the forest department is doing a poor job because I'm sorry to say they will, in cahoots with the public and the timber merchants, they will sell the forest. So I have challenged that. Matter of fact, that petition is sitting in Jawad Hassan Saab's court in Lahore High Court, Rawalpindi bench, that how many FIRs were initiated, what was the fate of those, what actions did you take, what was your inventory?
Barrister Saab, this is such an interesting and important discussion that we would love to invite you again, and we are running short of time, and I would like to thank you once again for taking time out to join us in this show. And I'm sure that our listeners must have learnt a lot, that awareness, the laws are there, policies are there, as you rightly mentioned, but the issue is that we need to act upon those laws, and we need to take care of them. Sir, many thanks for joining us, and any one-liner message to our listener.
Please learn to live a healthier life, and we are promoting at the Compassion Welfare Foundation, making people aware and trying to do our best to make Pakistanis healthier, become healthier.
Thank you very much, listeners. This was Barrister Shahid Rasool Chaudhry Sahab, and who we discussed environment and environmental laws in Pakistan. Thanks a lot for joining us, and we will soon him again in our show. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you for having me.